You believe you're just more sensitive than everyone else. In reality, your brain is running a toxic survival program that never turns off. And today, you're going to see exactly how it's been secretly controlling your life. You walk into a coffee shop in the afternoon. Warm yellow light hits the wooden tables. The smell of roasted coffee blends with the faint clinking of spoons against porcelain. But in less than 3 seconds, you already know the barista is fighting back stress in their left shoulder. And you notice the girl in the corner is hiding her sadness by laughing just a bit too much. You didn't mean to do this, but your body automatically tightens your jaw and your heart skips a beat. A part of you hates this exhausted feeling, but another part craves it because without it, you feel exposed and in danger. If you're tired and you don't know why, this video is going to give you the name and the real reason for that pain. It all starts with that room scanning ability you thought was just a normal habit. You walk into a crowded coffee shop. In less than 3 seconds, your brain has already finished a thermal map of the entire room's emotions. You can feel the barista's forced calm as they fight back stress. You can see the sadness hidden behind that polite smile of the girl at the next table. None of this is an accident. Since you were very small, your brain was forced to become a high-precision radar. You learned to read emotional patterns to predict danger before it even happened. You never truly enter a space without paying a massive price in energy. It doesn't turn off. You stand there, sighing quietly, telling yourself, "I'm doing it again." You call it being sensitive? In reality, it's an old scar that's still bleeding. But this constant scanning is only the beginning. There's something even heavier, something quietly draining you every single day without you even realizing it. The house is in total chaos, and suddenly, you're the oldest person in the room. It's late at night. Your parents are screaming at each other, and your younger sibling is crying in fear. You, a 10-year-old child, automatically step in to comfort them. You quietly clear the dinner table and try to make a joke just to thin out the heavy air. At that moment, you didn't just sense the danger. You stepped in to put out the fire instead of letting the house burn down. When no one else took charge, your brain triggered a parent mode. You became the emotional anchor for the entire family before you even had a chance to grow up. You didn't choose that role. Everything happened like an instinct, with one single thought. If I don't do it, who will? As a result, you grew up without ever learning how to let someone else take care of you. You saved the whole family. But the painful truth is, no one saved you. And as you keep pushing yourself to save everyone, your body starts paying a price that no one can see. The house is perfectly quiet, but your body isn't. It's a Saturday morning. No footsteps, no shouting, just dead silence. Yet there you are, sitting on the edge of the bed with your jaw clenched, your shoulders hunched, and your eyes staring fixedly at the door. Why can't you just find peace? It's because a toxic stress system is keeping your brain on high alert. That system was over-optimized just to help you survive the storms of your past. To you, silence is a danger signal. Your body is chronically exhausted even when there is no real threat. You are paying the price for a vigilance that never takes a day off. The truth is, the war is over, but no one ever told your nervous system. And when you can't find rest even in the middle of peace, you start learning how to not need anyone anymore. That's the next step of this loneliness. The first time you ever asked for help, you were met with silence. You were 12 years old, sobbing, just wanting a hug from your mum after being yelled at. But she turned away. From that moment on, you swore you'd never cry in front of anyone again. Your brain learned a brutal lesson. Cut off all emotional needs to avoid getting hurt ever again. You told yourself, "I'm all I need." Your strength was born out of pain. You became fiercely independent, the type of person who carries everything without ever asking for a hand. But the price is a soul-crushing loneliness, even when you're standing right next to people who love you. The walls you built to protect yourself are now so strong. They're so thick that you can't even find the door to get out anymore. And yet, behind those cold walls, you're still feeling everything so deeply. You see someone's pain even before they admit it to themselves. You're sitting with friends, everyone is laughing and talking. But somehow, you've already picked up on the suppressed anger of the person across from you, and the deep sadness hidden behind the smile of the one next to you. Your brain was trained from childhood to translate emotional languages just to predict and control your environment. You always tell yourself, I have to fix everything for them. And here is the most brutal truth. You like it. You like the feeling of being the only one who understands, the only one who can put out everyone else's emotional fires. But the price is that you carry the world's pain back home, only to collapse in silence when you're finally alone. Why do you keep torturing yourself like this? The truth is, you aren't broken. You're just killing yourself by refusing to let go of the very thing that once saved your life. And now, there's only one question left. Will you let it keep controlling you, or is it time to update the system? Those abilities saved your life in the past, but remember one thing, they don't have to control you forever. Thanks to neuroplasticity, you can actually update those old neural pathways. For the first time, you have the right to stop and breathe instead of reacting the second someone upsets you. If nothing changes, the price will be a lifetime of exhaustion and isolation. Maybe it's time to realize, I don't have to be this strong anymore. You aren't erasing what saved you. You're just adjusting it so you can finally live instead of just surviving. The truth is, you deserve to rest without feeling guilty. Don't let your past write the next chapter of your life. Start your update today. The truth is, you aren't just an unusually sensitive or strong person. You are a child who had to hack their own brain just to survive years that no child should ever have to go through. Now, that program is still running, quietly turning a life-saving skill into a habit of isolation and exhaustion. But your brain can be rewired. You don't have to erase what saved you. You just need to teach it to stop treating peace like a threat. This video is for you. The ones who had to be the adults in the house. The ones who read other people's emotions faster than their own breath. The ones who sit alone but still find themselves waiting for an old footstep. You've become so good at surviving that you forgot how to actually live. If this makes you realize you're still clutching the very weapon that once saved you, leave a comment with 3 simple words. I see it. Don't do it for me. Do it for the next person sitting on the edge of their bed with a clenched jaw, wondering why they can't just rest. If you want to hear more of the raw truths about how our brains create our own prisons, you know what to do. The coffee shop lights are still glowing. The spoons are still clinking. But this time, maybe you don't need to scan the whole room.